we wanted to share our memories with Lida, and so she was invited to come along to the office so that we could show her how much Lynwood meant to us, share some of those little stories, anecdotes, etc., and pay tribute to a very special friend.
I'm Lynwood Newman, and I'm the widow of Lynwood Newman, who sadly passed away at about this time 1 year ago, as he wanted, at home in his own bed, surrounded by everything that was his. So I was very relieved that that happened to him. He was the most amazing man. The word polymath is a posh word that describes somebody who's very multi-talented. He was involved in so many activities. He was so beloved by everybody. And his main interests were supporting DRWF, which he did, can I use the word, with a vengeance. He was so amazing as far as that was concerned. He did so many things for DRWF. He was very much, the word champion, quite honestly, is understates his commitment to the organisation. And even days before he passed away, he was not at all well, but he still insisted on helping out with the editing of the latest newsletter that Richie had sent him.
I met Lynwood right back in the beginning, so 16 years ago, when I first started at the charity, and that was it really. After that he came to our wellness days, our residential weekends, and he became our kind of, you know, like wingman. He was our Uber volunteer that was there helping with everything, you know, from the start to the finish of the event.
And I think you invented Captain Insulin, didn't you?
Yeah. We had, at one of the Wellness Day South events, we decided one year to invite local families with little ones with type 1. So we asked Lynwood if he would dress up as a superhero. So we got him a costume, and Lynwood decided he was going to call it Captain Insulin. And he made a utility belt with a blood glucose meter and some test strips and an insulin pen and all sorts of other diabetes paraphernalia. And it was supposed to be for that one event, but Lynwood loved it so much that Captain Insulin started coming out at every event, everywhere we went. And before we knew it, Lynwood was Captain Insulin. And 16 years, Captain Insulin was with us at every event. And every office meeting that he came to. He even wore the costume when he came in to stuff envelopes.
Well, the first time I met Lynwood really was at it was at a tea party, and he was dressed as Captain Insulin, and I just joined the charity. And he came across to me with this booming laugh, with his mask on and this American accent. I didn't know who he was or where he belonged, but he was so lovely and so warm and so engaging. And we've set up, well, we connected straight away really. And every time we saw each other was a pleasure. He was always positive, he was always lovely, and always laughing. I think that's my memory of Lynwood, his big booming laugh.
Yeah, there are many memories of Lynwood, I think, over the years. Seeing him breeze through our office door, wanting to be an integral part of our team, sitting in our office stuffing envelopes behind mounds of envelopes, and he was always happy, always big smile, always full of jokes and little anecdotes, but just always so willing to get involved, feel that he was making a difference. He loved, I think, coming along to our wellness events where he felt that he could offer support but also gain support himself, and made lots of friends not just amongst the DRWF team, but with the people that attended those events, and really just created that really merry band of volunteers that felt such an integral part of everything that DRWF did. Yeah, he was just such an amazing spirit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He became a good family friend to myself and my husband. We met him on many occasions, and in his Captain Insulin ego, my husband always used to call him Captain Insulting, and they used to laugh like that because whenever Brian addressed him, it was Captain Insulting.
He had the best laugh, didn't he, Lynwood?
He did.
Yeah, he was a lovely, lovely man.
We spent a weekend in a house in Bath at one point when we were there as a volunteer weekend, and I think the whole weekend Brian and Lynwood were just making up puns and jokes, and they had us in fits for the whole weekend.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend.
Amazing.
I think Lida was really touched to be part of today. She's hugely supportive of DRWF. She knows that it meant so much to Lynwood, and it means a lot to us that we can show her how much Lynwood meant to us. Today we've also launched our much loved tribute to Lynwood, which is an amazing space where we can invite lots of people to share their memories of Lynwood online via our website.
I have to say, I think he would be thrilled to bits with the much loved website. I don't think he would want for anything more. And I think anybody who has known him within DRWF, whether it's a volunteer, whether it's somebody who has benefited from his knowledge, whether it is a member of staff or anything else like that, if they can remember him, he would be very pleased. But he was actually in many ways a very modest man, and he wouldn't want a huge fuss to be made of him. He would just want his outpourings to be remembered and developed and taken forward.
And he did a skydive with you and me, didn't he?
Yep, he did the skydive, and it was, if I remember well, there was a team of 6 of us, and we raised about £10,500 between us.
Yeah.
And I think we all stuck to the 10,000 foot jump, and Lynwood went straight in for the 15,000.
He signed up and then told me afterwards, okay, fair enough, but I did say to him, that I would have appreciated having the discussion about him doing the skydive before he'd signed up.
And we've got him on video, of course.
Yes, of course.
And he was so enthusiastic. He just said, yeah, let's do it, which was very Lynwood, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a great
totally
day.
Fearless.
Let's do it. Wow! Well done, how you feeling? Hey! On top of the world!
I will always remember his endless kindness, his smile, and the belief that he wanted the world to be a better place, and if he could do anything for anyone to make the world a better place, he was going to be there to actually do that. He wanted the world to be so much better than it was.